Okay, friends, howdy and gig'em. It's great to have everybody here. I know we're still working on some technology things, getting some folks loaded on there. The program has been set up for those who can at least hear me. It's been set up in this webinar style. I had hoped to sort of have everybody in the world visible, all 218 of us. So they're trying to see if they can do that on the fly. If it proves to be possible, that I'll be happy about that. But that still is a work in progress. But we're excited to have everybody here and to take a couple of minutes to hear from a few of your classmates as well as a few faculty from the university and from some others to really take a moment to celebrate all that you've accomplished as students here at the law school, and really in some sense all that you will accomplish going forward as well. This is again not exactly the ceremony structure that we had planned for and expected, but we nonetheless are excited to be able to do something by way of appropriate recognition, although only as a temporary measure, an interim measure such as it is, while we figure out whether on August 15th or some further future date beyond that, some opportunity to celebrate in full regalia and full flower your accomplishments and your graduation from the law school. And so we planned a not too long program today. Everything will be relatively brief, beginning except for the first piece a little bit. We have a video from the university that's about 12 minutes long, but it's an opportunity to hear from the provost, from the president, from the chancellor, as well as the student body president. And so I thought, even though it's a little bit longer than what we had planned for and wanted, I thought it's nice for us to play that. So I hope you'll enjoy and be patient with the 12-minute video that we're now going to run. And then we'll proceed through the rest of our program, hearing from faculty, staff, as well as some special guests that we have to welcome you and honor you. So let's turn to the university video to begin. Thank you for being here.
Howdy. I am honored to congratulate you on the completion of your course of study at Texas A&M University. This is a special time amidst extraordinary circumstances. Let me begin by saying that this is not a commencement ceremony. As you know, on March 17th, we announced the postponement of this ceremony due to the pandemic and resulting in-person restrictions. I have chosen to wear my regalia to honor each of you, our beloved Aggie student graduates. I wear it also to symbolize hope. We want to welcome you to return to Texas A&M to walk in a future commencement exercise when the university is able to return to this important tradition. We will continue to closely monitor public health guidance and keep you informed of options and scheduling. Your academic achievement and willing sacrifice this semester has proven to all of us that the Aggie spirit remains an undeniable force for good. By practicing social distancing and working with your professors to complete your studies in new ways, you have helped to slow the exponential spread of this virus for the great benefit of the health and safety for our campuses, our communities, and each of us in the Aggie family. For that, I thank you. Today is about your successful completion of academic requirements, a wonderful milestone, and the conferral of your degree. Today, we acknowledge the accomplishment and commitment of our Texas A&M students at the doctoral, master's, and bachelor's levels in College Station, as well as at our branch campuses in Galveston, Texas, and Doha, Qatar, and our educational sites and professional schools located around Texas. I speak on behalf of deans, department heads, faculty, and university administration who acknowledge your demonstration of the Aggie spirit and salute your academic achievement with this video and official conferring of degrees. Joining in this conferral of degrees and celebratory video are Chancellor John Sharp to offer his warm regards, Elaine Mendoza, Chairman of the Board of Regents of the Texas A&M University System, to officially convey authority for President Young to award your degrees today. And President Michael K. Young to confer degrees and offer a charge to you as graduates. But first, we believe it is fitting that you hear from one of your own, the 2019-2020 Student Body President, Mikey Gillette, who has completed his course of study in finance from the Mays School of Business. Mikey, would you please share our invocation?
Please join me in a posture of prayer, self-reflection, or appreciation. We come together today with gratitude, having met the challenges, attained the knowledge, gained the experience, and achieved our chosen goal to graduate this day from our beloved Texas A&M University. Today is not just about our individual sense of achievement, but also about all that has brought us to this time and place. We give thanks for all the friends, family, professors, and mentors who have surrounded us with love and support and given their entire selves in teaching and showing us what it means to be an Aggie. As these degrees are conferred, let all engaged in celebrating your success resolve to honor all the values we have come to know in the Aggie spirit: excellence, integrity, leadership, loyalty, respect, and selfless service. May we go out today to work alongside with our fellow Aggies and citizens to serve our communities, nation, and the world for the greater good of all. Amen.
Howdy, I'm John Sharp, Chancellor of the Texas A&M University System, and it's my honor and privilege to congratulate you, the May 2020 graduates. I commend you for the fortitude, determination, and perseverance that you have exhibited during these trying and challenging times. Obviously, this is not the ceremony you had hoped to attend, but this is certainly a time we will not soon forget. Had we been together at a graduation ceremony day, this is the point that I would have reminded you that none of us knows what all the future holds for you as you go into the next chapter of your life. Today's pandemic is a harsh reminder of that truth. As college graduates, you are more prepared than most to adapt to change, and change will come many, many times in your life. I have no doubt you're prepared for it, thanks in large part to what you learned during your time with us. So on behalf of the Texas A&M System faculty, staff, and administration, congratulations to you, your families, friends, and loved ones who celebrate with you today in person or in spirit. Gig 'em.
Hello, I am Elaine Mendoza, Chairman of the Board of Regents for the Texas A&M University System. I am honored to bring greetings on behalf of the entire Board of Regents. Today is a special day. While this may not be the graduation you hope to experience, nothing can take away from you the significance of earning your degree and graduating with your diploma. This is big. Do you remember the excitement and anticipation you felt the day you found out you were accepted? The anxiousness of the first day of class, the joys, and surely some fear and heartache you felt, the friendships and transformational learning experience you had finding your way to this very day. Your hard work paid off. You did it. Graduates, we are counting on you to do great things. We all should feel better knowing that you, each of you, who have navigated unprecedented challenges to finish what you began, will be our neighbors, leaders, and visionaries. So live with purpose, Godspeed, and congratulations. Now, by the authority of the Texas A&M University System Board of Regents, it is my sincere pleasure to authorize Texas A&M University President Michael K. Young to confer the respective academic degree for which you have been recommended with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations pertaining thereto.
Thank you, Regent Mendoza, Chancellor Sharp, and Mikey Gillette. Finally, the moment you have all been waiting for, the conferral of degrees. It is my privilege to ask all degree candidates to rise as able. President Young, Based upon the recommendation of the faculty of Texas A&M University, I certify that these candidates have fulfilled all of the academic requirements necessary for receiving a diploma. I am honored to present them to you for the conferral of their respective degrees.
Thank you, Provost Bierke. Upon the recommendation of the faculties of this university, and by the authority vested in me as president by the state of Texas and the Board of Regents of the Texas A&M University System, I hereby confer upon you individually the degree to which you're entitled with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Let me be the very first to congratulate the great and most recent graduate class of Texas A&M University. Congratulations to you and your families, and thank you for all you do and all you are. Now, if you're a mother or father, grandparent, aunt, uncle, anyone feeling particularly maternal or paternal towards our graduates today, or a sibling, guardian, mentor, whether watching this video with your graduate or apart from your graduate, could I ask you to stand up and let us thank you? That's right. Those of you who are family or a mentor to the graduate, you know, please stand up wherever you may be as you watch this and let us express our thanks and appreciation. I honor you. I personally thank you for helping this graduate find their way to Texas A&M. And again, honor you for your important support that led to this degree today. Thank you. In a moment, we will conclude this conferral of degrees with a special video marking powerful images and events that happened during your time at Texas A&M University. It's staggering to think about all that has happened. Many of you participated in student-led volunteer and leadership opportunities, the big event, carpool, fish camp, student government, the Corps of Cadets. Shared experiences that I want to assure you bettered our university by your very presence and your gifts. And in your participation, I hope you'll agree that you also develop skills that will serve you throughout your lifetime as you serve others. I marvel at your resilience, the way that the love in your heart rises not only in good times, but also in challenging times, be it a hurricane, a 1,000-year flood, and now a worldwide pandemic. I marvel at your enduring commitment to the success of each other and the communities and state and nation and world you serve. I also know that some of you are members of the Corps of Cadets, the Keepers of the Spirit, who are commissioning today to serve in the U.S. military. We're so proud of your achievements in this regard as well. Congratulations and Godspeed as you serve our great nation. We hope to see you again in Aggie Land, on the graduation stage at other times as well. But in the meantime, congratulations to all of you, and God bless you all.
You are entering, I should say, sort of into a noble profession, the profession that really, in many ways, shapes the destiny of so many, even at the time we're living in right now, amidst this pandemic. If you think about the role that lawyers are playing in terms of ensuring that folks' rights are protected, that individuals and groups have access to the needs that have arisen because of the coronavirus pandemic, the lawyers have this incredibly vital and critical role to play. That really is the profession that so many of you, not all of you, we have our Master of Jurisprudence graduates here as well, but so many of you are graduating into. And in that vein, I'm so pleased that we have welcomes to the profession of law from two distinguished jurists and lawyers here in the state. First, the Chief Justice of our Supreme Court, Nathan Hecht, and then the President of our State Bar, Randy Sorrell. So first, we're going to hear from Chief Justice Hecht.
Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2020, congratulations on graduating law school and achieving this milestone in your professional careers. No one could have predicted, even last semester, that your third year would end as it has, with online classes, social distancing, and concerns for each other's health and safety. I recognize that from your perspective, the pandemic has introduced uncertainties in your future. But I hope you'll accept a word of encouragement from a voice of experience. 46 years ago, I stood where you do, hopeful, wondering what the future would hold. It did not disappoint. Your futures are as bright now as when you took your first law school class. I doubt whether any society has ever needed lawyers more than today's. COVID-19 is novel. The cause of justice is ancient. Service in its mission is a high calling. This storm will pass, and we as lawyers will continue to stand to the people's needs for legal help. I have every confidence that your practice of law will be as rewarding as you've hoped, and that in Oliver Wendell Holmes' words, you will live greatly in the law. Today is a wonderful day. Graduating law school is a great accomplishment of which you can be proud, just as we are proud of you. Today we celebrate you, your hard work, and your tomorrows. Thank you for the honor of allowing me to wish the best to all of you and your families.
And with thanks to Chief Justice Hecht, let me turn it over to Randy Sorrell, President of our Texas State Bar. Thank you for being here, Randy.
Thank you, Dean. Can you hear me okay?
Perfectly.
Terrific. Well, first of all, from the State Bar of Texas, over 105,000 lawyers, of whom we hope to be adding your name to the list very soon. Congratulations. And I'm going to do an early welcome to the profession because I'm confident each one of you all who have survived the last few years of law school will survive yet one more big test, one more big challenge, and do so with flying colors, and that's the bar exam. As I mentioned, the State Bar of Texas is a growing bar. People come throughout the nation to Texas to practice law because we have such a vibrant legal community. And I hope that you plan to stay here in Texas or practice in Texas or be a part of the State Bar of Texas. Upon passing the bar, I encourage you to become involved in the State Bar. We have 48 different sections, and we encourage you to join one of those sections in your practice area. We have local bar associations and organizations that we encourage you to get involved with as well. We have programs with the State Bar like free CLE programs. We have free legal research programs. We have free ethics helpline. And more importantly, for some of you all, we have a free career center that can help you find your first or next job in the legal profession. And then lastly, our Texas Lawyers Assistance Program is there to help during these stressful times. Whether it's the virus or the bar exam or a combination of not knowing where the virus is going to take us or where the bar exam is going to be taken or when it will be taken, these are stressful times. So we encourage you, if you are in need of talking to someone about what is going on in your life or with stresses associated with you and these uncertain times, contact our Texas Lawyers Assistance Program. As Chief Justice Hecht said, lawyers really are the cornerstone of our democracy. You are indeed needed more now than ever. And with your help, we will not only survive, but we're going to thrive as a profession during these upcoming months and years. So again, congratulations. Again, it's time to get studying for the bar exam, whenever that may be, whether that's in July or September. But I'm confident that you'll pass based upon the fine education you've received at Texas A&M. Congratulations, Godspeed, and God bless each one of you all.
Thank you so much, Randy. We so appreciate your taking the time to be here and your support of our students and all the work you are doing really at the State Bar to advance the rule of law in Texas and beyond. So thank you for being here. I next want to welcome the president of the Student Bar Association, Ian Klein. You will see that Ian is there. To share a few words on behalf of the Student Bar Association and really the graduating class more broadly. I will say by way of introduction that it has been an incredible pleasure for me to work with Ian this past year. He has truly been tireless in his commitment to the law school and to all of its students and to the many programs and activities that he's been part of, even beyond the SBA. And so really, we're going to miss you, Ian, very much, but you as a proxy for all of your classmates as well. So Ian, please.
Thank you, Dean Audier, and howdy, everyone. As a non-undergrad Aggie, when I came to the law school and started hearing howdy everywhere, it was weird and off-putting at first, but now I don't know how else to start. I remember at our 1L orientation, an alumnus came to speak to us, Greg Franklin, and he addressed us about the Aggie spirit and what it means to be a part of the 12th man and all of that. He kept using the refrain, "I can't explain it, but I can show it to you." Over the next 3 years, all of you guys, the Fighting Texas Aggie Law class of 2020, showed me exactly what he was talking about. And in a global university whose highest ranking official is a border collie, it's not the cheers filling the Saturday afternoon air at Kyle Field, but it's something much more profound. It's the spirit of a class that in this race to become God that is law school, refused to knock each other down in order to reach the finish line first, but consistently lifted one another up to run together. It's the spirit of strangers with nothing in common but their fear of being cold called by Professors Harrington and McGrath, helping one another learn what is and isn't a tangible object. It's the dozens of students who balance their academic responsibilities with their even greater responsibilities as mothers and fathers, and whose kids can now proudly say, "My mom, my dad is a law school graduate." The spirit of a community of students, faculty, staff, and administrators who face the invisible enemy of COVID-19 with grace, solidarity, resilience, and above all, selfless service. It's the spirit of students who've overcome everything from poverty, illness, disability, loss, and heartbreak to getting run over by a car, refusing to give up on their dreams and fighting like hell to reach this day. It's Connor leading the war hymn at TNP before the first football game of the season. It's Claire fighting for her client before the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. It's Garrett and Jake's 9-second ring dunks. Nora, Sally, and Seth talking down 1Ls in academic support. And a community that took the lonely and despondent first year who flunked out of school, embraced him as part of the Aggie family, showed him that unexplainable, unassailable Aggie spirit, and chose him to be its president. It's a class that published dozens of our own articles on Law Review, Property Journal, and law reviews across the country, won advocacy competitions across the United States, beating the hell out of the likes of Baylor, South Texas, and Texas Tech. It's sending more graduates to federal clerkships and Vault 100 firms than any class before us, in a school that's within striking distance of the Baylors and SMUs. And above all, it's a family that refused to buy into the Machiavellian law school premise of the climb is all there is, but genuinely lived by the rule, "I am my brother's keeper." I still can't explain it, but my friends, you guys showed it to me. And together we showed the state of Texas and the United States and the world that Aggie law has arrived. Congratulations to all of you. We did it. Double congratulations to those who passed the February bar, and for the rest of us, let's go beat the hell out of July and September. I don't know how else to conclude besides this. I love each and every one of you guys, and I know we're going to keep seeing that spirit until they call the last of our names at muster one day. Thanks, and gig 'em.
Thank you, Ian, for those wonderful words of inspiration and really sort of recollection of all that has happened over the course of the time that different ones among you have been here at the law school. We're so pleased to have you as part of our family. I want to next invite up two other students, Ashley Phillips and Connor Day, who also I think are going to remind us of some of what has gone before over the last few years. So please, Connor and Ashley.
Howdy, Texas A&M School of Law class of 2020. My name is Connor Day. This is Ashley Phillips, and for a reason we haven't entirely figured out, we were asked to speak to y'all today. Although after seeing my recent facial hair, I believe Dean Audier might be second guessing that decision.
Is there a mute video thing? I don't know if I can mute video function. I don't know.
We really appreciate the opportunity. We'd like to thank Mr. Sorrells for speaking with us today. We'd also like to thank all of our friends and family, professors. Y'all have had a tremendous impact on us and helped us throughout this time. But for this little portion, we're going to say a few things that hopefully all of the graduating 3Ls can relate to with us as graduating Aggie Law students.
Yeah, for instance, you might be an Aggie Law graduate if you have a really strong stance on drinking and self-driving cars. I think we all remember our first memos that was about drinking and driving when a man got in the back seat of a self-driving car. We also all remember pizza at every single 1L meeting, which sometimes felt like 3 times a week. We also remember when we thought 1L year couldn't get any worse, and then 2L happened. And hopefully none of us will ever be that busy again, but I guess we'll know in a few months when we enter the real world and start working.
You might also be an Aggie Law grad if you had an organization at your school called the 12th Lawman.
Woo!
Some of y'all drank the Kool-Aid willingly, others we had to be a little more persistent. But it gave us the opportunity to share traditions with y'all that we absolutely loved from our time at A&M undergrad, and we hope y'all came to love as well. A few of those traditions was the big event. I know it rained every single time we had it, but we always had a big showing from all of the students and families and faculty. We were able to give back to the community, to Fort Worth, and I know it had a big impact on everyone around us. We also had fun events like Midnight Yell and the bus trips to the football games. One of the most enjoyable days was probably the Aggie Ring Day. But one of the least looked forward to would be the ring dunk. Some of y'all did it very scarily successfully in 7 to 8 seconds, others not so much, but it meant you enjoyed it that much more.
You might also be an Aggie Law graduate if you not only survived law school, but also survived being hit by a car. Yes, one of our very own graduates survived law school and getting hit by a car and is graduating with us today. Or whenever. We also survived not only 1, but 2 holes in the walls of our law school. And I'm sure we all remember surviving the scavenger hunt in 100-degree weather with complete strangers.
And a real quick shout out to the individual that was hit by a car. I think she taught us a really valuable life lesson besides persistence, and that's to always look both ways. You might also be an Aggie Law grad if you attended prom at the age of 24. Our first year of law school, I know we had a prom with several students who were probably too old to be going to prom, but it was a great opportunity for us to celebrate the achievements of ending our 1L year, along with celebrating the achievements of our 2L year. Unfortunately, we couldn't have a barrister's ball this year. I know that's something we'll all miss, but hopefully that created some great memories for all of us. We also had some other social events that were perhaps not so memorable. The bar reviews and Halloween parties were a blast, gave us an opportunity to develop personal relationships on top of the professional ones that we had in law school.
We also, some of us attended the fellowship galas over the years, which were always a lot of fun. Don't forget to remember the fellowship when you're all getting paid. We'll have to get back to that, Also, maybe we should hang on to our student IDs so we can still get some of those discounts, maybe those half-off bottles at Acre. You might also be an Aggie Law graduate if your last semester of law school ended on March 28th, when the school reverted to pass-fail. One of the right sides of this coronavirus, though, is that the parking is opened up. But despite being in the middle of a pandemic, we are finally graduating.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we still got to hold out for those P's.
Here's one that the friends and family might relate to. You might be an Aggie Law grad if you had no idea what you were getting into. This has been a crazy ride, even crazier than trying to get the webcam and Zoom working for this going on right here. But we all endured it together, and we were so happy about it. So thank you all for being such good classmates. Y'all have given us an opportunity to brag about y'all as student ambassadors to incoming students. We're able to talk about the amazing accomplishments that our fellow students have had, such as speaking in front of the Fifth Circuit, interning in DC and Austin with legislators, as well as going to practice out of state and do bigger and better things now that law school is done. Y'all have made it a lot easier to rope incoming students to come to this school instead of others, away from that school down in Austin.
Hopefully we'll see all of y'all in the fall for a real graduation and Gabby's 3L bar golf. Let us know if you aren't on that Facebook page. So here's to the end of 3 years of hell.
Cheers.
Take a sip for every dean we've had and for every time you got cold called in your Torts 1L class. Congratulations, Texas A&M University School of Law, class of 2020.
Woo! Bravo to Ashley and Connor. Thank you for those good memories. Are mostly good memories, I'll say. I won't speak to the whatever, being hit by a car. Hopefully only one of you, to our knowledge, have that memory. You mentioned sort of being cold call on torts, and we thought we would recreate that experience here for graduation. At student request, let me note, an enthusiastic request I might add, we've invited back to the law school Professor Harrington and Professor McGrath, who all of you, I believe, in the JD class had for torts when you were 1Ls. And so I want to invite first Professor Harrington and then Professor McGrath to share a few words with you as well. Professor Harrington.
Howdy, and congratulations to the class of 2020. Thank you so much for including me in this wonderful celebration. This class is very special to me because many of you, most of you, because I had 2 sections, were in the last torts class I taught before I retired. So I always love teaching torts with a new group of students, although it sounds like some of you were terrified of me and that dreaded Socratic method. Although some of you thrived and loved it. I'm looking at you, Ian Klein. But you survived that first year, and now you are graduating. So you should be so proud of your accomplishment. I know this has been a difficult semester, and as Justice Heck said, there's uncertainty about your future. You will face some challenges. Remember, however, that 2 good traits in a lawyer are flexibility and resiliency, and you will need both of them as we recover from this pandemic. And even though things may seem unsettled, many are predicting this period will provide new opportunities for lawyers. So you may need to apply the skills you learned in law school in a new way. So just keep moving forward, seize the next opportunity, and stay open to trying something new. Years from now, saying that you graduated with the class of 2020 will mean that you overcame a great deal of adversity, but you still made it. So I'm confident that the knowledge and skills you've acquired in law school will help you excel in any field you choose. And never, ever lose sight of all the good that you are capable of doing with a law degree. Your community, your family, and your friends need you now more than ever. So I wish you all health and happiness as you move forward in your careers. And thank you again for including me in this wonderful celebration. I miss you all.
Thank you, Professor Harrington, for those kind and wonderful words. We miss you as well. Professor McGrath, are you with us? I think I saw you.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Excellent. Well, thank you, D98, and anyone else responsible for permitting me to wish you all well today. And congratulations to you, Ian, Mr. President, on a terrific administration and really a wonderful send-off for your colleagues. It's good to see you, Professor Harrington. Is it a coincidence that the 2 former torts professors from A&M are here today? I think not. I think not. But in any event, it's so wonderful to be able to celebrate this incredible day with you. And I'm truly excited for all of you to be entering this great profession. And I'm really excited that you now get to sit for the bar exam. Yes, that's great. And come on, you must have known I was going to talk about the bar exam. So you must remember how important your mindset really matters and how it's going to be so important as you go into bar preparation. So you could say to yourself, I just graduated from law school and now I have to take the bar exam. Or you could say, I just graduated from law school and now I get to take the bar exam. So Not everyone graduates college, but of course you did. And a very small number of people get into law school, but you did. And an even smaller number get out of law school successfully, but you did it. And now you get to sit for the bar exam. Not many people get that privilege, but I will say it is a privilege best exercised just once. So please continue with the hard work that got you here today and make us all even more proud, if that's even possible. And to the families and friends of the graduates, could you just please bear with them a little while longer? We promise you'll have them back eventually, but they've got one big hurdle to pass before they're yours again. So to all the proud Texas A&M Law School graduates, go out and do great things with this magic degree, and know that about a zillion or so Aggies have your back. It is really, truly special to be a graduate of this law school. So dare to dream big about your future. Now, I personally did not have the fortune to graduate from here, but even just by working here, some of that Aggie magic dust rubbed off on me. So I know you're going to do well. I wish you all a life lived greatly in the law. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Professor McGrath, as well. It really was such an honor for the law school to have you, both you and Professor Harrington as colleagues, as members of our faculty, and I know for our students to learn from you. And we are even more honored by your coming back for this celebration. Now I want to invite a current faculty member, also identified by a number of members of 3L class, to share a few words with you as well. Professor Morrison, could you please sort of share your remarks as well?
Howdy. So good afternoon. I'm really excited and happy to be here to celebrate your completion of law school and to offer a few remarks. So for my LegReg students, expressio unius est exclusio alterius. For my LARW students, CREAC. And for my Mexican reintegration students, Mira Oxo. But to be more serious, I had the pleasure of meeting many of you at the beginning of your law school career. And I want to take you back to that time and remind you what brought you to law school and what you hope to accomplish. And to help me, I reviewed the information cards that those of you who were in my LARW or LegReg courses filled out on your first day in class. You came to law school because you looked forward to the challenge it would pose. Many of you came because you saw the law as a way that you could give back to your communities and families. Some of you are first generation college students or law students, and you wanted to promote better access to legal institutions. Others of you are second or third generation lawyers who want to continue your family's tradition of professional service. And many of you view a legal career as a way to provide for your family. Above all, you entered law school knowing that a career in the law would allow you to impact the world. As far as your goals during law school, they illustrate your focus on growth and service to community. You wanted to learn to think like lawyers, to discover in what area of the law you could best serve, and to engage in internships and legal jobs to improve your skills. Many of you also wanted to get to know your colleagues so that you could form long-lasting connections. And you wanted to network so you could set yourself up for future opportunities. And you were able to accomplish many of those law school goals. All of you gave back to community through your pro bono hours. Many of you served as Public Interest Law Foundation fellows. You interned or externed for judges throughout the state, interned or worked for employers throughout the world. Some of you drafted white papers that helped policymakers make better informed decisions. And many of you advanced legal knowledge through your work on Law Review or the Property Law Journal, or represented the law school in moot court, mock trial, or ADR competitions. All of you improved and grew your skills and learned to think like a lawyer. This all confirmed my experience with you as a class. As a group, you value selfless service. You are hardworking and ambitious. All of you will serve your future clients well and make a positive impact on your communities. Now more than ever, your future clients and the legal community needs you. So the profession's going to be better with you, and I'm excited to see what you'll do with your JD. You'll make us proud. And so with the help of a few colleagues from your first year, I want to tell you congratulations. And those colleagues are Angel, Nicole, Daniel, the JCM2 self-driving car, and Jesse Pearson. So congratulations for graduating law school. It's an amazing accomplishment, and I look forward to see what you'll do. Thank you.
I'm a little nervous about that fellow at the end, but hopefully we'll figure it out eventually. Thank you, Professor Morrison, for those wonderful remarks. I also want to add a couple of words. As I mentioned, we have the great pleasure of celebrating today not just our JD graduates, but graduates of our LLM program and our Master of Jurisprudence program, who have variously been with us, whether a year or 2 years, and have been in San Antonio, have been online, or otherwise have been with us in person. I want to say to all of you, congratulations as well. Many of you are returning to school after a time away. Many of you are juggling school with extensive work and family obligations on the outside. Many of you have come to us from foreign jurisdictions, and for you, English is a second language. It really is quite an accomplishment that we celebrate today in terms of the completion of your studies. Again, we look forward to celebrating it more fully as well, but you really do represent in many ways the Aggie spirit and that commitment, that perseverance, that attitude that Ian described, that a number of the faculty described as much as anyone. And so we want to note how much we are grateful for the opportunity to have had you here with us at the law school and for the opportunity to celebrate your achievements and your graduation at this time. And so thank you for being here and thank you for your accomplishments. With that, I want to sort of turn to our special guest. I believe Chad, whatever has him teed up, and will turn us to him. And as I thought about sort of what would be an appropriate way to wish you well, and thought about who would be someone that would be familiar to as many of you as possible, I thought this guy probably fit the bill, even more so perhaps than Professors Harrington and Professor McGrath. And so, Chad, can we hear from our guest?
Hello there, young graduates of Texas A&M Law Program. I didn't know they had laws in Texas. Somebody? Anybody? I want to say 3 words to you that I never thought I would ever say before. Aggies. It sounds like a foreign language. It sounds like Scottish. Aggies. Aggies. Hi, it's me, Rainn Wilson. I'm an actor, among other things, and I'm very pleased to be sending you this message on your graduation. I'm so sorry that you didn't get to have big group hugs and high fives and kisses on the cheeks and hugs all around and partying together and shaking your hips together. I'm so sorry that you didn't get to have that experience. I guess there's a couple of things I wanted to say to you upon your graduation experience during these really difficult and dire circumstances. Number one, I hope that you will focus your attention on gratitude. It is such an important tool. The more that I learn about the power of gratitude, the more I realize that it is positively life-changing. Did you know, fun fact, this was discovered in a study made in the positive psychology field, that if you spend 5 minutes a day writing in a gratitude journal, just stuff that you're thankful for, that it can increase your happiness level by 10%, which is the same percent as if you doubled your income. Now think about how hard it is to double one's income, how demanding it is, and how potentially treacherous and difficult that is. And that's all it takes. Gratitude can add so much to happiness. It can affect your sleep if you express gratitude at night. People that express more gratitude go to the doctor less and are more healthy. Like I said, they sleep better. They have greater friendships and social currency. They more often get promoted at work. There's an incredible number of benefits, not to mention the fact that it simply makes you happier. There's a lot to focus on that's negative right now. There's a lot of fears, there's a lot of anxieties, and a lot of difficulties. And those need to be dealt with. We can't just live in denial about that stuff. But gratitude is a tool that you can use leaving school, no matter what your circumstances or condition, to make your life better. And I'll tell you something else. what works even better than gratitude is expressing that gratitude. So writing down something that you're grateful for is one thing. If you're grateful for your grandmother and you write that down, you get some benefit. If you then go to your grandmother and tell her that you're grateful for her, that you love her, the happiness benefits go up exponentially. And here's another fun fact. Gratitude can be a doorway that opens to action. So, for instance, I feel grateful for the birds and the trees today in this beautiful day in Los Angeles. So I am going to what? I'm going to spend more time outside. I'm going to spend even 5 minutes meditating outside and drinking in the beauty of the trees and the birds. So that's another thing to attach the gratitude for. And finally, gratitude can lead to greater happiness so that we can serve others more. When we have joy in our hearts, joy gives us wings, and joy makes our thinking sharper, and it allows us to be more useful to others. So use the tools of gratitude so that you can have a greater happiness, so that you can serve more and better, because we can be of service to others better when we're feeling a sense of well-being, when we're content, when we're joyful, we're better able to give back. So I know this is a really difficult time for you guys right now. Everything is up in the air. You don't know if there's going to be jobs, what's next. We don't know how long is this disease going to be around. So much unsureness and so much difficulty with not having the graduation ceremonies and law prom or whatever you guys do. And I will say that I am happy for you that you're having this experience, because the world out there can be incredibly difficult and fraught, and plans change all the time. And there is a tremendous amount of unsurety and difficulty, and life is busy happening when you're making, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. So this perhaps will be extremely difficult and strenuous on you, and you're probably feeling a lot of anxiety and fear for the future. However, it may also teach a very valuable life lesson, that not to take anything for granted, to know that things can and will change all the time, that there is a psychological and emotional and spiritual test towards surrendering control and moving forward. And gratitude can help with all that. Gratitude keeps us in the moment, and gratitude can help ground us when everything is chaotic around us. Now, you're young lawyers. The law is so important. The rule of law is being attacked on a lot of different sides in a lot of different insidious ways, and it is super, super important to keep it going and to honor it. So I thank you all for your hard work. I'm really happy for you in this difficult time, and sending you much, much love. And I hope to meet each and every one of you and be sued by each and every one of you one of these days. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless these Aggies.
And so my thanks to Dwight Schrute for making that appearance in his alter ego, Rainn Wilson, on another day, with some liquor involved, perhaps. I can tell you the story of how Rainn and I come to know each other many, many years ago. But that's for another day. At this point, this is the musical interlude portion of our program. If you thought that was good, well, I don't even know what to say about what comes next. But I'm going to turn it over to Wayne Barnes, and I'm going to call Wayne Barnes and the et als. But I believe Chad is going to lead us forward with that as well.
Buddy, you're fed up with the Zoom, John. Trying to get to class, but the Wi-Fi's not too fast. You got minimal ping, you're trying to stream,
but COVID-19 ain't stopping our train.
Singing, we will Zoom you. We will Zoom you.
Boy, I'm getting tired, feeling too wired, trying to get the Zoom chat set for the class Tuesday.
I've got kids and dogs making noise.
So the students don't hear, gonna keep my voice singing. We will Zoom you. We will Zoom you.
And your grad on the right path, trying to do well as we finish law school careers. We're here for you. Together we stand.
Now beat the hell out of the bar exam. Singing, we will Zoom you. We will Zoom you. We will Zoom you. We will Zoom you.
So that just happened. Again, a number of you said, please send us a copy of this video. I believe there are actually a variety of legal documents, multi-layer, drafted by high-powered attorneys that prevent any circulation or playing of that ever again in the history of humanity. But, you know, again, some of you are not lawyers yet, so if it were to sneak out, it sneaks out. With that, I want to turn to sort of my colleague Stephanie Thompson, as well as a representative of the Association of Former Students, to lead us through sort of the last formal portion of our program before we wrap up. So Stephanie, are you here?
I'm here. Howdy. I don't know why I got to follow that. Anyway, congratulations to the class of 2020 on this accomplishment. I know that you're going to go off and do great things and make your alma mater proud, but I want you to remember that the law school is always your home. You're always welcome to come back. We want to hear about your victories. We want to know what you're doing. You know, keep your email address up to date with us, and we'll let you know about all the amazing things we're doing too, and things you can be a part of. I was very honored to be a part of your ring ceremony for many of you, and I'm excited today to be part of the next steps of your journey as an Aggie. Today we have a representative from the Association of Former Students who's going to give you an official welcome, and I want you to know that not every school out there is getting this opportunity. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Campus Program Specialist Jay Palacios, class of 2017 from the Association of Former Students.
Well, howdy. I want to begin by thanking Stephanie, thanking Dinadier, and all of your administration for allowing us to take part and for inviting us to be a part of this ceremony. I'm going to echo Stephanie's words where thank you for allowing me to follow that video. Tough act to follow, but I appreciate being invited. And I just really want to congratulate you and express the congratulations of our worldwide Aggie network to each and every one of you. Each of you has talked about many different things today. And one thing that unites us all that you've all talked about is the Aggie network. And that is what I am proud to represent today. And I hope that you will stay involved with Texas A&M Law as well as Texas A&M University. And I want you to know that the Association of Former Students will be here for the rest of your life. And we want you to know there are many resources available to you as you head into this next portion. In a few minutes, I will be inducting you into our association and asking you to turn your ring. But before I do that, I just want to invite you to come visit our website, aggienetwork.com, where you can find a variety of resources that are going to be very helpful to you, hopefully, moving into the future. Whether that's our Find an Aggie resource, whether that's one of our constituent networks, and especially for you all, our Texas Aggie Bar Association, which you've probably been involved in, as well as our Career Center resources that are also available. Please utilize them. They're there for you. We want to make sure you have all the resources you need to be successful and to stay connected to Texas A&M. I also want to invite everybody to join us next Saturday, May the 16th at 7 p.m. on our Facebook Live channel, where we will be hosting our virtual All Aggie grad party. What essentially it is a concert to honor all of our 2020 graduates. While I can't drop our set list yet, I promise you we have some exciting artists that are going to be performing. So join us next week for that on Saturday the 16th. And now I'm going to go ahead and proceed forward with the kind of the official remarks that we would give at a graduation to induct you into the association. Today you inherit a legacy of benevolence that is admired across the globe, a legacy of pride and commitment that comes with being a former student of Texas A&M and joining the premier alumni association in the world. As you join the ranks of our former students, it is now time to uphold our noble tradition of service and support that has been established and continued by generations of Aggies who have walked before you. Graduates, it is my distinct honor and personal privilege to officially induct you into the Association of Former Students of Texas A&M University. The association you inherit today was founded and exists to promote the interests and the welfare of Texas A&M and to perpetuate the ties of camaraderie formed during your college days. To signify this important transition, I now ask that each of you take a moment and look at your Aggie ring. Our ring is a representation of those values and a reminder of the vast Aggie network to which we all proudly belong. Since earning your Aggie ring, your class year has faced towards you. I would now like to ask each of you to remove your ring from your finger and turn it so that your class year now points outward. This simple act symbolizes your first step towards the future as a graduate and a former student of Texas A&M. Our powerful Aggie network and these timeless values will remain with you wherever your journey may lead and serve you well through your lifetime. Graduates, you are now and forever a Texas Aggie. Thank you for all you will do for Aggies in the future and today and always. It has been a true honor and really a great privilege to participate, and I thank you for allowing us to be a part of this. Congratulations.
Please join me in applauding our graduates.
Yay.
Now in an attempt to prove that even law professors and law faculty and law staff can be challenged on coordination, I want to give everyone a quick opportunity to just say a fast word of congratulations, wish you well, whatever, from the faculty and staff. I thought various ways that I might do this, but sort of we're a fairly unruly bunch collectively, and so I was suspicious about anything other than, I thought I might sort of throw it open by the alphabet and say, all right, faculty and staff in the A's and B's and C's. Let's hear your words of congratulations quickly to the graduates.
Go. And will you turn it? Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
You guys rock. You're awesome.
Great things you do.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
That was a lot of A's.
Especially for those masters and first class.
We're very
Congratulations. Many congratulations. Many congratulations.
Awesome, good. Okay, what about D through F? Let's hear D through F, faculty and staff. Words of congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody. Good job.
Guys, you did a good job.
Awesome. G, this is a test of my known alphabet. G through I. G through I.
Do well and do good.
Congratulations, everybody. Well done.
Break a leg. Congratulations.
Good job. Way to go. I heard that. J through L. J through L.
Congratulations. Congratulations and good luck.
Awesome. Good. Okay. M through O.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Get them.
All right. P through S. Yay, baby Maruf.
Congratulations.
Welcome to the practice of law.
Congratulations.
Well
done. Well done.
Well done and stay in touch.
Congratulations.
Listen to Rain.
Do well and do good.
Good job. Okay. T through V. T through V. I know we have at least
Congratulations,
one.
y'all. So proud of you. Gig 'em.
Congratulations, you all.
Congratulations.
All right. I think that just leaves X through Z. Any X through Z?
W.
W. Oh, God, I missed W. W, X, Y, Z.
Congratulations. Really proud of you. Do well. Looking forward to hearing about you.
Awesome. Well, thank you all to the faculty and staff for their words of congratulations. Thank you all for your being here. I just want to end quickly with just three words, really, or three things I want to share. First, I want to say congratulations to you. Again, obviously, this was a somewhat more unusual graduation ceremony than I think all of us were planning for a mere 2 months ago. But I hope that none of you will think that takes in any way away from all that you've accomplished while you were here with us at the law school, while you were in the midst of your studies, and all that you are going to accomplish in the years ahead. So congratulations, number one. Second, I want to say thank you. First, thank you on behalf of the law school for all the doors that you have opened, for all the paths that you've blazed during your time with us. You have been central to the progress the law school has made, to all that the impact we have had on the world, and you really are the impact and will be the impact of the law school in the years ahead more than anything else. And so thank you on behalf of the law school. I also want to say thank you on behalf of me. You are really the first law school class that I've really had a chance to get to know well over the last 2 years that I've been dean. And I will say it really has been such a pleasure and honor getting to know so many of you and spending time with you and learning so much from you. And so thank you on my own behalf as well. And finally, I'll say what Stephanie already shared. Please keep in touch. I know you think that we go off and you think we have a good time. It's not the case. Faculty and staff, we basically, after graduation, fall into a morbid depression for weeks and weeks and weeks until the new ones arrive. And we don't really like them much at the beginning anyway. And so please do keep in touch. Please come visit with appropriate social distancing. Call, write, email, Snapchat, Tinder, whatever the things are you kids use these days. We really want to keep in touch with you. We want to continue to hear from you. And we want you to continue to be part of the A&M Law family. And so congratulations again, Gig'em. It really has been such a pleasure to have you here, and we look forward to celebrating in person with all of us together very soon. Thank you again. Congratulations. Wish you well. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.